All right, welcome into a playoff edition of Watching, as we're just going to get right to it. Tarik Skubal was the man again. This is his third time facing the Guardians in like the past 2 weeks. This was game one of the wild card series. Here he is. You know him, Tarik Skubal, 6.6 WAR season. Probably going to win his second straight Cy Young Award. Here's the box score from today's game: 7 2/3, 3 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, career high 14 strikeouts and 107 pitches. Tigers ended up winning this game 2-1, so he leads them to victory. And we're just going to go right in and watch the entire game, break it down, pitch by pitch, see what we thought, and check it out. And then we'll take a look at the breakdown and all that stuff later. So let's just hop right in here. It was game one of the wild card series today. Skubal versus Williams. It did not disappoint. It was a great pitcher's duel, and off we go. First batter of the game, Stephen Kwan. Going to come at him with a 98-mile-an-hour sinker and pour it right in there for a strike. Slider off that. Not in love with this camera angle that we're getting today. Slider is a pretty distant third pitch. Third or even fourth pitch if you want to count the two types of fastballs that Skubal combines to throw. Doesn't throw a ton of them, but also can be very effective when he does, simply because he doesn't throw a ton of them. Changeup's the primary, then the fastballs, and then I would say the slider. He also has a dumper curveball. Very rarely that you see it, but here's a quick first out in the first. Little sinker riding in on Kwan, chops it in the ground, and we are underway. Angel Martinez.
The center fielder, switch hitter.
Inside target on the sinker, overcooks that a little bit. Here comes the four seam. That's a ball, but we should pause really quick to take a look at the shape on this four seam. That has become increasingly more cutty, or perceived cutty, over time, especially this season. That's right around the zero line. That ball is going to look like it's boring in on a right-handed hitter or away from a left-handed hitter. 15.7 vert on it. Again, 97. You're probably going to see some 99s in this game. I wouldn't be surprised because he brings that to the table a lot. Here's that other fastball, the sinker. This one has the actual movement to the other side. To the arm side, negative 9.4. So it's not a huge amount of run, but relative to the fastball, it's 9 more inches of arm side run. So these two pitches pair together make a pretty tough combo when you don't know which is which, and they're 98 plus. 2-1 count here, and now he's going to go to a behind in the count slider. Now, one thing that we should mention at the very start of this game is he's faced this team an awful lot the last few weeks. So if he pitches a little bit differently at times, that's probably a reflection of that. And here he just absolutely doors up top, 100-mile-an-hour fastball. So we knew the velocity was in there. Once again, almost no horizontal break on this pitch. And it's just in an unhittable location for the first punchy of many, and the first punchy of today. Now, Jose Ramirez. In the previous meetings with Jose Ramirez, this was the one guy in the lineup that he chose to basically start every at-bat soft. So curious how he was going to go about it today. Slider, first pitch. Here comes the changeup. That is his best pitch. And the first time we're seeing it here, off the plate away. Great take there by Ramirez, honestly. Here's that curveball. It's the 2 speeds down pitch that he has. It's not a big part of his game, but he has been using it to Jose. I noticed that in the previous couple matchups. You can see the break on this pitch. It's not spectacular. 5 inches to his glove side, and negative 7 inches. Not bad going down, but the speed's a little slow on it, 81.8. If for that speed, you'd want more break. Typically. So it's not his best pitch, but you know what? He's still the Cy Young Award winner, and it's part of his game. 99.5. And this is what he's been doing to Jose. Slows him down, and then he tries to get the fastball with that cut shape to this. Let me get my trusty pen here out to this part of the zone. That's what he does here. He's able to get there, and it overwhelms Jose Ramirez. So he slows him down enough to get that ball by him, and it's very hard to get a fastball by Jose. Now he's going to double up. They're going back in there. Actually, a perfect pitch. Should have been called strike 3. Doesn't get the call. Let's watch the catch by Dingler here. Did he do a good job receiving this? Sorta, but with the way that ball bores in, you can see like it clips the zone, but when he catches it, it looks way in. Also, this reaction by Ramirez sells the point a little bit. But nevertheless, that's a heck of a pitch. Here it is one more time. And even though he doesn't get it, let's see what he does on the next one. He goes back to the patented changeup off that. Gets the swing over. Perfect execution on that. This pitch comes out with a very similar shape to that fastball. Looking like it's going to bore in this direction towards the hitter. And instead, it kind of peters out right around here is when it starts to reverse course. As you can see, Ramirez is in the launch position at this moment. Here it comes, and he's just gone. Chops over the top. Really hard to make him look that poor on a pitch, but that's the effect of a Tarik Skubal changeup. And you can see he was nowhere near that. So a dominant first inning. As you would expect, since we're doing this video, we are off to the second. Jonathan Rodriguez. Going to start him with a first pitch slider. And a thing of beauty for him, he gets a one pitch out, backhand by Glaber, little flicker on the first, and that's that one pitch out. So when we're talking about the slider, here's what we're looking at. It's about the same amount of break as that curveball, about 5 to 6 inches on the glove side. Has less drop, about 1 inch vertical drop, so it is a true slider shape, I would say, and 91 miles an hour. That's the big thing. It's got a lot of velocity on it, so although it's not his 99 miles an hour, this pitch serves a lot of purpose. All right, here we go. Kyle Manzardo. This is going to be the first hit of the game. So again, he's showing this is a sinker here. First pitch, beautiful first pitch strike there. But he's showing a preference to start a lot of lefties, and that's the same side as him with sinkers. Then he goes to the 4 off of that, so pairing his 2 fastball shapes, and then he can go to the bread and butter. Now, he's throwing less changeups, I'd say, than he typically would early in this game. He actually gets beat here with the changeup. Really nice swing by Manzardo. Stays on it. Line drive to right. 105.5 at 17. So this was sinker, 4-seam, and then changeup. Interesting that he was able to stay on that nicely. Really good job. Credit to Manzardo. And then he's going to get a 2-pitch double play to end the second. Gabriel Arias, who has had no luck whatsoever versus Skubal coming into this game, as I saw in the game notes this morning. And looks like that continued. 1-0 count. Now he goes slider. So he's already showing us a little bit of his willingness today, at least, to not be crazy stubborn in hitter advantage counts, and he's going to off speed. He's going to sliders actually a little bit more than we're used to seeing. Be curious how the tally is at the end, but it's paid dividends so far. Gets the double play. On to the third, and he's going to get a 3-pitch punchy here. Fastball right down the middle. Then he switches to the sinker. So rarely have we seen him double up on the same fastball shape back to back, and this one's no exception. Man, this ball, you can see this ball really looks like it runs away. Yeah, negative 16.7. This is huge movement for Tarik. And since the previous pitch bored in like a cutter, Rocchio thinks this one's going to do the same. And even though this is not an intended spot, he gets a chase way off the plate. So that's the thing of beauty. And I'm guessing he's going to go change up here, but let's see. Nope, he's going to go back to the 4-seam. So he goes 4-seam, sinker, 4-seam. And this one's way above the zone, and that's just 3 heaters, and you got no shot, and you're nowhere near that. Really impressive there. And now Big Christmas is going to come up. Pours in a fastball, strike 1. Solid fundamentals, of course. That's what it takes to be the best in the world. And he is always 0-1, 0-2. He is in control of the at-bats. So another fastball up. That gets him to his changeup. Nowhere near that. Just showing you that they are not seeing that pitch out of the hand. Ooh, should have had the strikeout there. That was perfect execution. Fastball 100 up and away, and the velocity is fully back. Now, when he went out of the game in Miami a couple weeks ago, this was looked like it spelled doom for the Tigers, and really their whole season looked like they were in the doomsday scenario. Wow, so there's a 2-speed down curveball. Hasn't done much of that, but you can see just how far out in front Big Christmas is on this. Wow. So far in front that his helmet pops. So, throwing a couple pitches that he wouldn't normally throw as much to great effect so far in this game. But what I was mentioning is he went and he touched the rib cage right here, right around the serratus muscles. And these are muscles that I have strained at times. Not strained, like not torn, but irritated a little bit while pitching at times. But honestly, you need those muscles activated. Very, very important for shoulder health. And something tells me that they got it right away. And this is something where you're able to kind of, you can work through that type of small irritation pretty easily in a 5-day cycle. So whatever they did a really good job. He was able to come back and be the same exact guy. This is kind of a weird one-off, but it's a 4-pitch walk to Hedges, and then we get back to the top of the order, and Stephen Kwan got him out with a sinker the first time, starts him with one of those for a ball this time, so that's 5 straight balls. He's definitely faltered here for a moment, but obviously he's going to lock it back in because he gets this next out on this next pitch. It's another sinker. Ooh, Kwan with a pretty good swing this time. Unfortunately, slices it right at Riley Green, and that's the third inning. Fourth inning, Angel Martinez. Now, in the previous game, yes, because there's the bunt attempt. It's a foul ball on a slider, but in the previous game, they were able to beat Skubal in a wild sixth inning that featured a fastball to David Fry's face on a bunt attempt, but also two other bunts and three balls that were hits that never left the infield. So I wondered if they were going to try to introduce a little bit of chaos in that type of with that type of strategy. Now, did this foul ball break a camera? Oh yeah! Wow! Look at that. Here's the camera I'm talking about right here. Watch this ball. Smash. Elite command off the bat there. Wow. So glass all over the place, and we get back to the 2-strike count and the changeup. Oh, little rollover. Scoob's trying to make the play. Glaber can't make that play, and there's a little weak infield hit. But you know what? He didn't go down there, and it paid off. Ooh, and this is going to be the one inning he's going to get a little trouble to. Now he's got Jose Ramirez with a man on and nobody out. Change up down, dotted. Perfect pitch. Jose doesn't like it, but it was there. Four-seam fastball misses up away. And Jose is locked in. This is a battle between two of the best in the game. Who've seen each other a lot. I really, really love this matchup. I scouted it out a little bit earlier today. And as long as Skubal gets to that up and in spot with the fastball, it's been safe. But he's been going mostly soft, although this was a very good pitch to hit. Jose just misses this somehow. All right, we're at 2-2. Going to try that sinker up in. Brushes him off a little bit with 100. Now he goes 93-mile-an-hour slider, so he can also uptick that slider when he needs to. Rolls him over. Now he's going to go back to the sinker. Good attempt, but also a good take. Doesn't quite get back to the corner. Only 10 inches of run, 11-ish. Earlier in the game, we noted it was 16 at one point. Maybe that gets back to the corner. So sometimes that's the difference, is the movement on the pitch. So 2 guys on, no outs. Let's see how he bears down. First, it's a 3-pitch punchy of Rodriguez here. Change up down. Guy being aggressive here. Runners in scoring position. Skubal takes advantage of that. Now he's going to go slider. Ooh, gets the high strike. Oof. Now change up again. Perfect execution. So, where Rodriguez got himself in trouble there was auto swinging on the first pitch and Skubal being ahead of that and throwing a chase pitch and getting the swing and then subsequently controlling the at-bat. If he just stands there or, you know, just has a normal swing take mechanism, he probably takes that and he's in charge of the at-bat. All right, Manzardo, who got hit on changeup the first time. Sinker, middle. Now, Detroit has a 1-0 lead at this point, so obviously you don't want to give up any runs, but you also got to collect outs here. And he just goes middle with 2 sinkers, and now he's going to go 4-seam. So first at-bat gets beat with a changeup. Next at-bat says, okay, we'll give you all gas. And that's what he gets. 3 pitches right around 100 miles an hour, and it's a quick strikeout. And now we have a 1-pitch out here from Arias. 94-mile-an-hour slider. So continuing to up the velo on this pitch. Ooh, awkward chopper. Skubal drops it. They're trying to get to the plate, to throw to the plate, and he is out. Cleveland challenges. This was a very weird play. Holy cow. I did not watch this live, so wow. Does the foot block the plate a little bit? I think it might. We got a whole bunch of angles here. I'm not going to get into all that. The call was actually overturned and the run scored. So this is the one run they get. It's on this weird play. Great base running by Hernandez, I guess. He's on second base. Let's watch him wheel around here. High chopper, so Baltimore chop, tough play. Skubal probably should have got the heck out of the way. Obviously, he's trying to do it all here. But this runner doesn't hesitate. Also, the third base coach is just telling him, let's go. So Cleveland trying to be aggressive there, and in this case, it really pays off. It works. They steal a run on a weird play, and they're going to try to do something else here. Remember, I said, try to do a little chaos here. Rocchio goes for the bunt, but this time Skubal's on it, makes the shovel play, and shuts down the rally. So Cleveland did try to be a little advantageous there, get a little squirrely. Remember, Rocchio had a 3-pitch strikeout that first time, so maybe the bunt was his best option. All right, 5th inning, and Big Christmas. We are in a 1-1 game at this moment. First pitch slider ball. Not going to let you get a 1-0 fastball. I'm going to go to that changeup. You're nowhere near it. Now, Noel, if I should point this out really quick. He's such a good candidate for the changeup, in my opinion, and here's why. You see Noel from the side. Watch how much the move is a linear move. He picks back and he strides out dead straight. This move here. Now, in his initial stance, this is where the foot is. But when he recoils, he gets all the way tucked into here, and then it ends up way out here. This is a big stride, a big forward move, and that's a timing mechanism for him that's on the fastball. So when he does that, he's going to be more out front than other guys and not able to slow himself down because he's lost his backside. So Skubal sees that, goes 1-0 changeup there. Now he comes back to the fastball away, and he pops it foul. That's the pitch that he wants to hit. He's been looking for a fastball the whole time. Fortunately for Tarik, he threw it right on the corner, and it gets fouled off. And now, what's he going to do? Of course, he's going to go back to the changeup. And he gets Noel to swing at a pitch that's not even close. So Noel's been pretty dominated to this point, obviously, by Skubal. Hedges, on the other hand, drew a 4-pitch walk his first at-bat, so I think Skubal had enough of that. He goes at him with a slider. Interesting that Hedges is ambushing there, probably thinking he won't walk me again. This is a cat and mouse. He's a catcher. He's like, he knows I'm not a good hitter relative to the other rest of the lineup, and he walked me last time, and he's remembering that, so he's going to pour me a fastball in here first pitch, and I'm going to hit a home run. I'm going to get the foot down, I'm going to hit a home run. So that's what he goes to do. And instead, Skubal throws the slider, and so it's a swing and miss. And mission aborted. Now you have to go back in and have a regular AB. Slider for take. Now Hedges is like, damn it, I really thought I was getting a fastball this at-bat. And after he gets this changeup where he's nowhere near, he said, boy, did I read that situation wrong. Unbelievable job by Skubal, and he put Hedges' brain into a pretzel. Kwon back to the top of the order, third time through. He's been peppering him with sinkers. Here's another one. Sinker in ball. Sinker again. Strike. Now finally a slider. Yeah, at some point you knew he would come off the sinker. Ooh, good pass by Kwon at that, actually. Surprised he took this good of a swing on it. He is off of it a little bit. But pretty good pass, and that's his one power zone, down and in. And he returns to the gas. Little chopper to third. I think that's McKinstry. Flips it over and gets Kwon. So he's handled Kwon. That's a huge key if you're going to beat the Indians. Cannot let Kwon on base. We're through 5, on to the 6th, and Angel Martinez once again. First pitch again. They're thinking about bunting. They're thinking about anything they can do to get this guy off his game, because they know it's going to be really hard to string some hits again, some legitimate hits against this dude. And just like that, he's up ahead 0-2. No surprise there. Goes for the fastball put away. Actually, incredible job to get the head out on this. And it almost works, but it's foul ball. So I'm surprised he didn't double up changeup. But this is the other option. You throw another fastball up above. Problem is, he misses with it a little bit away, and we're still 0-2. Ooh, curveball. Haven't seen this in a few innings. No idea how he hit that. That was a pretty good pitch choice. But now if you're pitching, you know you got this guy in swing mode, so you got to keep expanding. Whatever you throw here, give the guy a chance to chase it again. Actually, kind of a weird miss there. Not a great pitch there. Finally get to the changeup. I've been waiting on the changeup for a few pitches. I think he just took a little too long to go to the obvious pitch there. But he's gone, and there's another punchy, and that means Jose Ramirez again. So these guys battle for the third time. Here comes a slider, ball. So now he's in a 1-0 count. Ooh, he's going to give him a predictable heater. Does he get it to the spot? He doesn't, and he misses and gets the 2-0. So if you're Ramirez, are you sitting on fastball here? I don't think you are. I think you're sitting on either slider or changeup. If he throws me a fastball in, I'm not swinging. Let's see. Oh, it's a changeup, so maybe he was. Oh, he got the pitch I think that he wanted to some extent and just pops it up. So that doesn't play out the way you would think. And 2 outs here, and Jonathan Rodriguez. Going to start him with a changeup. So this is what he was doing a lot of coming into the start, was actually leading with changeups. Hasn't done as much of it in this game. Backdoor slider there. Slider's been a really good pitch for him in this game.
Skubal's retired 6 in a row.
Oof, that was a good pitch to hit. That's one of the few. It's a double up. Same pitch as before. This one a little bit more hittable.
6 in a row.
And he gets lucky, he gets away with that. But of course, you're going to get away with a few. Change up down, overcooks it. Now he's going to correct it, and I bet he throws a beauty here. Yeah, perfection. This one's a lot better. Starts in a higher lane, and then it's gone. He is so freaking good, man. He gives you, like, really not much to hit. And we've seen like 3 or 4 pitches that I was like, 3 or 4. The rest of them are pretty damn competitive and really hard and really nasty. All right, 7th inning, Manzardo. Man, he's still throwing 99.5. He just regained the lead, I believe. 2-1 here. 82 pitches in as he starts the 7th. Sinker down. Now Manzardo, first at bat, got a hit on a changeup. Then he went all fastballs and struck him out on 3 pitches in the next at bat. So he's probably going to stick heat here. Sinker. Here comes 4. Nowhere near that. Probably stick with it. Yep, I would. I mean, it's down the middle, so he gets a piece of it, which tells you you're getting a little closer, but not really. Now Skubal reaches back for his hardest pitch of the day so far, 101, with 18 inches of induced vertical break. He says, okay, fine, you've earned yourself a 94-mile-an-hour slider. Just non-competitive, and then you probably go backdoor sinker off that. Yep, backdoor sinker off that, can't swing at it, and it's frozen pizza. So before he threw the slider, this is a classic combo. The slider that drifted off the plate this way. Then he pairs it immediately with a fastball that's going to come back this way. Really, really hard to take one and swing at the other. And he doesn't. He gets frozen. So starts off the 7th with the strikeout of Manzardo. Here's Arias. Going to start him with a changeup. Swings over the top of that. So guys are definitely trying to be aggressive here, knowing that he throws early strikes. I think it's a good strategy, but he's a little bit ahead of the game. 1-1 backdoor slider. See, this pitch is not a great location generally for a slider. I mean, you get a lot of weird swing and miss up and away and take. But the big key is this has got cutter speed. It's 90.3 miles an hour, so there's some misjudgment by the hitter timing-wise as well. And then he's going to come with 100.4. So he's literally throwing over 100 miles an hour at will in the 7th inning of this game. And he gets that ball up top, and they got no shot. And he's going to complete the strikeout of the side in this inning with Rocchio, who's had a weird game. A dominated strikeout the first at-bat. Then he tried to bunt his way on and got out the second time. And then he's going to strike out this time as well. Drops in the 1-0 slider. Ooh, this fastball is noticeably slower. Still 97. Still beats Rocchio. And, ooh, takes it right back up to 101.2 on this sinker. Oof, perfect location. That's a comeback sinker. This pitch is always so protected because even if you swing at it and it seems like a pitch you could drive, it's still 101 and you got no shot. And it's at the perfect height because when it's around this midsection, you got to pull your arms in. If you have long arms, it's hard to pull them in. So Rocchio tries and he fails. And Skubal looks absolutely incredible, especially the last few innings. All right, 8th inning. This will be his final inning, and it starts with a 3-pitch strikeout of Big Christmas. This will set his career high of 14. First pitch slider, another ambush attempt. Christmas is thinking, he's got to throw me something over the plate eventually. I'll keep swinging. Yep, I'm swinging at everything. Change up away, nowhere close, he swings. And this one's going to be more of the same. Change up in the dirt. 3 pitches, not even close, and he swings at all 3 for the 14th strikeout. Now, somehow, Hedges, of all people, does a fantastic job this at-bat of just probably waiting him out, maybe fouling him off if he needs to, and gets his 2nd walk of the day. He ends up with both walks off Skubal, which is something that probably will drive him batshit up the wall when he rethinks about this game. But at the same time, this is a heck of a performance. And he actually would be picked up very nicely by Will Vest in this game as well, as the Tigers do hold on to win 2-1 in a huge victory here because Cleveland's kind of had their number. And this is what they needed Skubal to do. They cannot win this series if Skubal doesn't win his game. Hedges spits on a changeup in the dirt, and now Quan, does he stick with the sinker? This is his final batter. Sinker ball, and sinker again. So Quan's going to go 0 for 4 off Skubal. Never really found an answer for that sinker. Good play, good recovery there. And that's it for this game. Let's go quickly look at his pitch mix, which we have right here for the game. 30 fastballs, 4-seamers, 34 seamers, 27 sliders. So slider usage way up for me. 23 changeups, 23 sinkers, mostly to Quan. I threw them to everybody, but man, Quan probably got 8 or 9 of those. And then 4 curveballs, just enough. The velocity's up on everything. Average 99.1 in this game, up from 97.6. I mean, shoot, the curveball was up 3.1 miles an hour. The movement on everything's about the same. Nothing really different there. So it's the same old Skubal. The swing strike rate is absolutely astonishing. 56 swings in this game. They were so aggressive knowing he pounds the zone. 56 swings. That's a 50% swing rate, I think. And 26 of them, they came up empty. So they missed almost 50% of those 50% pitches that they swung at. Pretty good trick if you can do. And when they put it in play, they averaged 83.7 off the bat. So this was complete domination. The one run was kind of fluky, to be honest. Let's look at his pitch 3D. All right, pitch types. This is the 4-seamers. All day long at the top, boring in on right-handed hitters. There's a little bit of fade on a few of them, but let's contrast those with the sinkers. Sinkers. I mean, they all look the same, except they're going opposite directions a little bit. Let's get rid of these 4s so you can see the sinkers on their own. Yep, a lot of glove side sinkers that look like they're going to be balls, like over here, and then they come back onto the corner. So very nice there. Now we got to check these sliders, actually, because he threw some really good sliders. It was a very good pitch for him today. I think the velocity was a big key. He threw a lot of these high sliders up at the top, which is kind of bizarre, but he got a lot of called strikes on them. And so that was used to great effect. Don't know if that was on purpose or not, but it was very clever and it worked very well. And then here's the changeups. This pitch, obviously, it's his best pitch. It's his most dominant pitch. He only landed 3 of them in the zone. 1, 2, only 2 of them in the zone, and the rest are all below. But guess what? They still had no shot against this pitch. What was the whiffs on the individual pitches? Changeup, 16 swings, 12 whiffs. So normally this is his high usage pitch. Today it was his tied for second most used pitch. No, tied for third most used pitch. But in a way, it kind of made it that much more effective when he did throw it. That's absurd. 16 swings, 12 whiffs on the changeup. That's unbelievable. The sinker even got 4 whiffs. The 4-seam got good whiffs. The slider was more of a setup pitch in this outing. But again, that changeup was elite. And that's really the story of this game. So that is going to be it for this episode of Watching. Tarik Skubal strikes out a career high 14 in Game 1 of the Wild Card Series versus the Guardians here in 2025. Thanks for watching. Stick with me on the channel. The live stream will be on later tonight and all these nights. Baseball After Dark playoffs. This is awesome. Thank you for watching this video.